She thought she was climbing the corporate ladder, but she was actually sinking into a nightmare, a tangled web of power, passion, and betrayal that would cost her everything. Subscribe to The Unseen Edges for more gripping, mind-twisting tales that explore the darkest corners of human nature. The Glass Office and the Shattered Heart. Power has a way of blurring the lines between right and wrong. In the sleek, glass-walled office of Ellison & Co., those lines were about to shatter into 1,000 irreparable pieces. Emma Carter was sharp, ambitious, and dangerously drawn to things she knew she shouldn't want. At 29, she had carved her place in the corporate world with grit and charm. But when she became the executive assistant to Adrian Blackwell, the firm's enigmatic CEO, her world shifted. Adrian was everything the books warned about. Charismatic, powerful, married. He carried his success like an armor, his sharp blue eyes missing nothing, his deep voice a command rather than a request. He wasn't just her boss, he was a force of nature. And somehow, against every rational thought, he saw her. It started with glances, too long, too intense. Then, the late nights, the casual touches that lingered a second too long, the unspoken electricity that made breathing feel like a chore when they were alone. Then came the first mistake. A charity gala, champagne, a stolen moment on the balcony. The city lights stretched below them, and his voice was soft in her ear. Tell me to stop. But she didn't. That kiss was the moment Emma signed a silent contract with disaster. The game begins. It wasn't love. It wasn't even lust. It was something far more dangerous, a hunger for power wrapped in the illusion of passion. She told herself she wasn't that woman, but soon she was sneaking into his penthouse, wearing her guilt like perfume. In the office, they played the game of restraint. In the shadows, they burned. But secrets have sharp edges, and Emma was about to bleed. One night, as she slipped out of Adrian's apartment, a voice froze her steps. I hope it was worth it. She turned. Madeline Blackwell, his wife. Emma's stomach twisted. Madeline wasn't screaming. She wasn't crying. She was smiling, a slow, knowing smile that made Emma's pulse thunder. You think you're the first? Madeline's voice dripped with quiet venom. You're just this year's entertainment. Emma wanted to defend herself, but what could she say? She had walked into this fire willingly. Then Madeline dropped the bomb. Did he tell you I own 51% of this company? That I built this empire while he played his little games? Emma's breath caught. 51%. I don't destroy the women he uses, Emma, Madeline continued, stepping closer. I let them destroy themselves. The trap snapped shut. The next morning, Emma walked into the office like a prisoner facing execution. Her emails were frozen, her keycard disabled, whispers curled around her like a noose. Then came the final blow, an envelope on her desk. Inside, printouts of her text messages with Adrian, photos, receipts, proof that she wasn't just an assistant anymore. She was a liability. At the bottom of the stack, a single note in Madeline's elegant handwriting, resign quietly, or watch your career burn. Emma's hands shook. She looked up to find Adrian standing by his office, his face unreadable. And that was when she understood. He knew. He had known all along, and he had let her take the fall. He wasn't going to fight for her. He wasn't going to choose her. She had been a game piece, and now she was off the board. The aftermath. Emma packed her things with shaking hands. As she left, Adrian didn't even look at her. Madeline, however, watched from the shadows, her victory absolute. Outside, the cold air hit Emma's face, but it wasn't the wind that made her tremble. It was the weight of what she had lost. Not just her career, but a part of herself she would never get back. She had mistaken attention for love, desire for power, and in the end, she had been nothing but a pawn in a war she never saw coming. But there was one lesson she would never forget. The most dangerous affairs aren't between people. They're between illusions and reality. Moral of the story. Power, passion, and deception are the deadliest cocktail. When you chase something forbidden, remember, what feels like desire may be nothing more than manipulation wearing a pretty face. And in the corporate jungle, love is rarely love. It's leverage. If you love stories that expose the unseen edges of human nature, don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping tales.